Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new week and a brand new podcast. I'm your host, Ben Smith, aka Shopa, and joining me today are Zach Mayo, aka Risky the Kid.
Hello, everybody.
And Louis Malaya, aka Waterloo.
Hello, everybody.
So, what's up, guys? How's your week been? What you been playing? Give me the down low. Lou, we're gonna start with you because Zach looked right at you.
Okay. I don't want to give you the down low. I'm gonna give you the deets instead. You're gonna get the deets.
That good bug repellent.
Yeah. No, that's deet.
Oh,
Not deets.
darn it.
But anyways, my week has been filled with sales, and been playing some games here and there. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to
Like
him.
Zach's father sale?
No.
Been hanging out with my dad a lot.
Yeah,
A lot of them.
Yeah, no, like selling like cell phones and stuff. But I've been playing some games here and there. Been playing some Tokyo 42. A lot of fun. Not a lot of fun, but it's fun.
Do you want to explain Tokyo 42? Because I feel like not a lot of people know what Tokyo 42 is, but it actually looks like a pretty awesome game.
Yeah, it is.
So I think it's worth explaining a little bit.
It's a top-down like 8-bit assassin game. You're this little character, and you have you see from the top down, and you use the left and right bumpers to rotate around the screen and around the town, and you basically just it's like Hitman but 8-bit.
That's exactly what I would say. It's like
Yeah.
a little top-down 8-bit Hitman.
It's pretty fun. Like you can change what you look like by hitting, I think it's X at the time, as long as you have your energy all the way charged up. You can sneak around. I'm using a golf club instead of a samurai sword because I don't know why. I just want to beat someone with a golf club, I guess. The shooting
Well,
is...
you do like bashing heads in.
I do.
But when you feel like slashing brains open, that's when you use your samurai sword.
I guess so. But the shooting's a little wacky with it, but you get used to it. It's a fun game, you know. It's like vibrant colors. I'm really not getting into the story too much. I'm just kind of running around doing the missions.
But that's the best part of video games.
Some video games I do agree with that. Others not so much. I kind of just play this when I don't know what to play. Like do a few missions here and there just to kill some time.
It's a good filler game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Between big open world titles or whatever you got going on.
I'm playing that game. I've been playing The Last Guardian on the PlayStation 4. I'm really liking it. Not as much as I expected to, but I still like it a lot.
Have you gotten much farther since last week?
Yeah, I got a little farther from last week. I'm now actually able to control my bird dog. Which is cool. I can like tell him to go someplace, tell him to jump over like ledges. I stamp my feet around and act like a child, and he listens to me.
Like you're pouting?
More like yeah, in a sense, pouting.
So if you pout enough, your bird dog listens?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I definitely don't like it as much as I like the ICO or ICO, however you want to pronounce go about it, which is its like predecessor, I guess, or
Just
predecessor
made by the same developer.
Yeah,
and they've all taken equally long amounts of time to come out.
Yeah, oh for sure. Still playing For Honor every now and again, not as much. It's another like time killer. And
You said they're adding tournaments to...
Yes, it's going to be
For
first
Honor.
coming to the PC,
Okay, cool.
and then coming to the consoles, which I'm really stoked on. And I think that's about it. Oh, I've been playing a little bit of the show on the PlayStation 4 as well.
Are you doing career mode? Right?
Yeah, I'm doing a pitcher.
Oh, nice. That means you actually have to play like a lot more than I have to play as a second baseman.
Yeah, I play a lot. I don't have a speedball yet, a fastball. I just have a curveball.
No speedball?
No speedball.
You don't have the main pitch in almost every single pitcher's arsenal?
No, I'm a mixer. You know, I got the curveball, the knuckleball, and I forgot the third ball, but it's definitely a changeup. I think it is
Slider, cutter.
It might be a slider. I think.
I think if you're not throwing a fastball, then you shouldn't be throwing a changeup.
But I guess what I am throwing my curveballs and all my balls around 9.
His changeup just looks like a really slow fastball.
Yeah,
No one knows
that
he
is-
actually throws.
That is
Yeah.
his fastball.
I'm throwing my balls around like 80, 90 miles per hour, and they're curveballs still. So I think I'm doing
That's
pretty good.
horrible.
For a pitcher around a curveball,
A curveball should be like 85 miles an hour, and your fastball should be like 90.
I don't have a fastball, and I'm saying my curveball is 90 miles an hour, and that's not bad. How is that bad?
Well, because as a pitcher, you want difference in the speed of your pitches, especially with the curveball.
Yeah, but no one's going to expect a curveball to come
no one's
90
going to
miles a mile.
expect you to not have a fastball.
Precisely. This is why I got picked up by the Indians? No. I forgot who I got picked up with, but I'm about to leave them anyways.
I think I'm playing for the Marlins in mine. Well, their farm team. It's like the big shrimps or jumbo fishes or something stupid.
So are you a starting pitcher or a reliever?
Starting pitcher, yeah.
So technically you actually play less than Zach does because you play every like 5 or 6 games.
I play four. What do you mean game? What do you mean?
You can't start every game.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
He plays every single game as a second baseman. You can only pitch every...
Because technically, if you're in a 5-man rotation, you're going to pitch once every 5 games. So,
I
so it probably
I still
sims
feel like
those
I'm
4
playing
games.
a lot.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be
you're-
playing all the times that you're actually playing.
Yeah.
We're just saying...
It's not going to make you sit through a whole baseball game watching from like the outfield.
I actually did hit the like play.
The broadcast button,
Yeah,
where you
and
actually have to watch it
It
that
was
way.
kind of boring. Not boring.
It's
but
like,
yeah,
it's like
watching
watching
actual
a real
baseball?
baseball
yeah, I'd
game.
much rather watch a real baseball game. I think those are all the games I've been playing. I could be missing one because I kind of been spacing out this.
I don't think
week.
we really played anything together, so I can't. Did we?
Battlefield. We all play Battlefield
Yeah.
and Overwatch.
Really quickly.
I
didn't.
and
I played a couple
Modern
games
War.
like one game of Overwatch with you guys.
Modern
Like,
Warfare.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare we've been playing a lot of.
But I'm pretty sure that's about it. I could be wrong. Oh, Fallout Shelter on my phone.
So much fucking Fallout Shelter.
a lot of
Oh,
Fallout.
it's
You guys
so
on your
good.
phone games.
Yeah.
We should just start a phone game podcast.
I it's not a bad idea.
A Fallout Shelter cast.
I mean, maybe not just Fallout Shelter, but like we are in the phone industry, so I feel like we should like I don't know.
That just gives Zach
capitalize
the
on it.
advantage of being able to charge his phone 24/7 at work, so he can continually play phone games.
So I'm saying we should capitalize on it. Why not? Right? You know, maybe put a little phone game section in this podcast. If anyone likes that idea, please give us a thumbs or a like.
Give us your thumbs.
Just give us your thumbs.
Give us
We're
all your
gonna
thumbs.
Cut them off. Lend me your thumbs.
For
yeah.
what? What do you need so many thumbs for, Lou?
I'm gonna make an awesome necklace.
Oh, that's gross.
What about you, Zach?
Uh,
Other than
You got
collecting
any thumbs I can take?
I don't have any thumbs you can take. I started Life is Strange this week.
How's that going? I've watched some people play it as like streams and stuff, and it looks
Good. I was in Discord the other day, and this one girl said that she wouldn't play it because it was too like emotionally heavy for her, and like she had to stop playing it. And I was like, any type of game that's gonna strike that type of chord with you and make you like feel like you can't play it because it's that like emotional or
In-depth.
whatever,
Mhm.
yeah, made me want to play it. So it's good. A lot of the writing is kind of corny. It sounds like a 30-year-old nerdy developer trying to write for a 17-year-old girl in high school. So that kind of
So
stuff's corny.
kind of corny.
Yeah, but it's good. She has time powers, so you can go back in time and like fix mistakes or like fix things that happen, change your decisions, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was watching you play, and you like talk to the teacher, and he says some quote, and you like rewound time, and then
I could actually answer like, who knows this? And
Yeah.
some other girl answered.
Yeah.
So I just went back in time. I was like, I know the answer. So,
kind of pointless.
I mean, there's some stuff like I saw once when I was watching. This girl was at another girl's house, and she was like looking through stuff while the girl wasn't paying attention, and knocked over a box. And this girl got really mad at her for like going through her stuff, so she just rewound time and didn't go towards that box.
yeah, in the first like 10 minutes of it, you knock your camera off the table or off your desk, and it shatters. So you just go back in time and fix it. It's pretty cool. It's good.
Is there limitations to how far you can go back and how often?
It usually just lets you go back to like a decision that you made. Like you couldn't hold the rewind button to go like back to the beginning of the game.
But you can do it as many times as you want, though.
You can do it as many times as you want. So yeah, if there's like 4 different branching story arcs or whatever, you could go back, see each one of them, and then pick one in the end, I guess.
Speaking of corny writing, can we quickly pause and talk about Power Rangers for a minute?
The Power Rangers movie,
Yes.
the Ben.
Said was good.
I thought it was okay. I didn't say it was like fantastic.
Yeah.
I think you're on drugs.
Yeah, we were watching it the other day, and they actually stopped the movie. This is how bad.
I actually heard about that. I
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't the best writing I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
Heard, watched.
Yeah, it was just I actually like the older Power Ranger movie better. Not gonna lie.
Like,
Maybe I should go back and
the
watch
one
that.
from when we were kids.
Yeah, like
Like the green goo one.
I
I
bet
think
you that
so, yeah.
holds up.
It probably does.
yeah. I bet like if you can combine that movie with nowadays graphics, you'd have something. But
With that good CG.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but I started playing Life is Strange just because that prequel got announced. And I know they're also working on a sequel, so I figured what better time than now when I am halfway through 5 other games.
Yeah, right. It's been a little slow recently, my opinion, for Xbox stuff. You're just playing all the stuff you
Well,
always play.
which is good because most people have backlogs so big that this dead time is kind of great because you can go back and beat these things that we haven't had time because we're trying to play whatever's new and awesome. But I don't think we have any big releases coming out for another month or so. I think Fortnite is
At
the next
least.
thing that I could think of. That
And that's
July something.
Shadows of Mordor.
That got knocked back to October, I think, from August to October. Yeah.
Woof.
Yep.
So that's a ways away. What? You want me to mute your mic?
Too late. It slipped out. Never mind.
God.
What else have I been playing? Man, didn't come prepared for this one. Yeah, Battlefield. A lot of Rocket League, but there's no point in talking about that because that's all
It's Rocket League.
I just play a lot of Rocket League. Rocket League is my League of Legends, and whatever you play all the time, Lewis.
It's driving a car into a ball. I'm kind of excited for it when it comes out on the Switch and the crossplay. Just for the simple fact that I could be at home.
So you can take a dump and play Rocket League with us.
Yeah, I might actually get into Rocket League a little bit, but that's here nor there.
I hope you do because it is great, and everybody plays it except for you, and that makes me sad.
Again, if there's anyone out there that doesn't play this game, give me your thumbs.
Tyler's the only one listening, so he's gonna keep his thumbs so we can keep playing Rocket League.
Damn it.
And that's cross-plat now, correct?
Not yet because the Switch one hasn't been released yet, right?
No, it hasn't.
So I think
So I have
once
to-
it comes out on Switch, then
They'll go cross-plat. I'll play that game way more on my computer than I will on my console. Probably. Just because I'm on my computer more often.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be really weird. Like, I don't know. I don't use a keyboard enough to know if that would be weird. I just feel like it feels really good on a controller.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ori and the Blind Forest. That's another one that because of E3 I started playing more because the sequel got announced. I was like, I should be the first one. It's super fun. It's a really good platformer, and there's a lot of different elements to it, so it doesn't get stale or like boring. You keep getting new abilities, and like the story's decent for that type of game. I heard it ramps up in difficulty a lot towards the end, so I'd like to actually get there, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've been playing. Ben, how about you?
I've been playing recently much more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I was just playing so much League for a while and playing a bunch of Xbox games and stuff that I wasn't really playing any other PC games. But I continually keep my steady dose of League of Legends. Continually trying to rank up in that. That's the one thing that's nice, like with that now, is that gives me something to do in the dead time. So continually trying to get higher and higher in a game, while there's no other new games or stuff coming out is nice. But we played Modern Warfare Remastered. I played some of that alone also, just doing some solo play. It was pretty much the same.
I'm pretty good at that game. For some reason, Modern Warfare Remastered, that feels really good.
It's just smooth. Everything's so simple.
Yeah.
There's no boosting packs. There's no like guns
do
that shoot
like that,
electrical
yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's
It's
why I'm
literally-
pumped. I'm pumped for World War II. I think it'll feel a lot like that. Just some of the guns will be
Older.
not as automatic and
Yeah.
Not as
powerful.
I think it'd be like a combination of Battlefield 1.
Like Battlefield 1 weaponry with Call of Duty gameplay.
Yeah,
That
which
sounds-
I think
that
will be
sounds
really
good.
nice. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what the kill streaks are. 'Cause they should be interesting because like none of them can be futuristic. So like I bet you dogs will come back.
I remember
I
World
hope
at
so.
War. I love that one. Call of Duty World at War.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that game. That was my jam back in the
World of War
2008.
was sweet, and I think that was the first zombies. Nazi zombies was the first zombie mode. I put a lot of time into that zombie mode compared to all the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, World of War was awesome.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of my
Why do you think we never got World of War 2? I don't know which dev cycle that is for that one, but
Yeah.
I wonder why we didn't get
I don't remember.
a World at War 2. Well, now we have World War 2.
So that's kind of... I think it's kind of the same. Because wasn't World at War on the first World War?
I thought that was Vietnam. I could be wrong. Or I think part of Black Ops might have been in Vietnam, actually. Like the flashbacks in Black Ops 2, maybe, were... I don't know. One of them definitely had parts of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. I think World at War was Vietnam now that I think, because I remember being in the forest and I remember having a flamethrower. And I don't think that would be a good idea, though. Would you, like, a flamethrower in the
I mean,
forest?
if it's not your country and you're trying to
kill
everyone...
Scorched earth policy, so I guess that would work.
No one can hide up in a tree if you burn the tree down.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see how good they can make it look and have everything still flow really well. Because it's not like you have to create this giant world. It's not like you have to create a lot of moving parts. It's just a Call of Duty game. So you can run it at the highest FPS you can possibly run it on and the best looking you can possibly run it on and still make it, play really well. So
Yeah,
I'm definitely super excited.
Same.
Remastered's got me happy. But on the other hand, playing Battlefield again has also made me really happy recently. I don't know what it is, but just the games you get into a game.
I think it's because you get away from all the stuff that you're like used to playing a lot of.
Yeah.
So just getting a fresh breath of any new game is going to feel good. But then if it's a good game to begin with, then
Yep.
Yeah, all the better.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think I really try anything else. Play a little bit of Overwatch, kind of just all the basic games, but
yeah. I can't do Overwatch for some reason. I just don't have as much fun as I used to have playing it.
I mean, I went the other night, I played like 2 matches of Battlefield, 2 matches of Modern Warfare Remastered, 2 matches of Overwatch, and then I think you guys finally finished what you're doing in Rocket League, and we played more Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah, we definitely hopped in.
But like, I got tired of those games after 2 because I just remembered all the stuff that I stopped playing them for exactly. Like, Battlefield's really cool, and I love playing it, but then also the matches are a little slow because I'm also a scout, so I just sit back and I don't run up in people's faces.
Yeah, just because we're on the topic of Modern Warfare Remastered, did you see that is getting a standalone that's finally got announced?
Yes. I actually did see that. And it's like expensive.
$40. So $39.99. June 27th for PlayStation 4. But it's not. It doesn't have an Xbox release yet. It'll be there eventually.
Wait, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
June 20. Yeah.
That was 2 days ago. 4 days ago.
1 day ago. It was yesterday.
Today's the 28th.
Yeah, he said 27th.
Oh, I thought he said 24th.
No.
Wow.
So they released it for PlayStation, I'm guessing?
Came out yesterday. Yeah, it was just for PlayStation because their exclusivity stuff. Xbox will follow eventually, sometime, maybe like a month, I would say.
Will this even make them that much money, do you think?
Well, so it's $40. That's without any of the DLC that they've added too. So you think if they were finally going to release this, it would just be like a Game of the Year edition or like a deluxe edition that just had all the DLC and maybe like some of the loot crates or something.
Especially when I can imagine it's like a 3 GB download for Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah, probably.
I want to bleed a dry.
So it's $40 for that, $15 for your DLC if you buy it.
So it's a new game.
So you're looking at pretty much a brand new game, but this game came out however many years ago.
When you bought it for $80 with both games?
I Googled earlier when I saw the price come out and stuff. Target right now, you can get the Infinite Warfare / Modern Warfare Remastered like package, which has both games for $52.
So how does it make any sense?
Pay $12 extra and you get a whole nother game with the zombies.
No, not even. If you pay $3 less, you get the whole new game. Plus the DLCs are free when you buy the $80 one, aren't they? Or have I just not gotten any DLCs?
No, the Infinite Warfare / Modern Warfare package or whatever that doesn't have any of the DLC is still. But either way, it's $12 extra to get Infinite Warfare plus all the zombie stuff. $40 just seems steep to me. In my head, I was like, well, I paid $80 for Infinite Warfare plus that game. So that was $20 more for what was ostensibly Modern Warfare Remastered. So I was like, all right, $20 makes sense. $15 for the DLC still, whatever. You're still under $40.
Nope.
Still just a lot, though. Yeah, 40 without any of the DLC. I think it's crazy. I hope they don't make any money on this. I'd rather see people buy the bundle and get both games or something. Just $40 is way too much for a remaster of a game that's this old, and
at this point, who's not going to have it already if they wanted it?
If you, it's not like you're sitting around waiting for just Modern Warfare Remastered. If you were that big of a fan of it, you were gonna pay the $80 when the bundle came out, like originally, and you would have paid for it then. So yeah, I don't know who this is for, but it was obviously easy for them. They just had to cut off Advanced Warfare and Zombies, and then
Infinite Warfare.
So I don't know. I think it's dumb, but whatever.
Yeah. They kind of learned their lesson, I guess, and that's why they came out with World War II and put the boots back on the ground. And
boots on the ground. You usually yell that. Sorry,
I was thinking that.
Awesome. So I say we get into the news.
I'm all about the news.
The news. We'll start off with some games with gold. There it is.
All right, so we got games with gold and we have the PlayStation games. I will start with games with gold for the Xbox. We have Speedrunners still. This hasn't changed since last time. Speedrunners and Watch Dogs for Xbox One. Dragon Age Origins for the 360. PlayStation Plus games for PS4. You have Killing Floor 2. Life is Strange, which is pretty awesome.
Were you playing Life is Strange on the PS4 or were you playing it on your Xbox?
I was playing on my Xbox because I bought it a long time ago. I just didn't get through it. I had to restart it because I had a save file from before.
But
I went back because I didn't really remember anything.
Yeah.
The Killing Floor 2, I forgot to put a little time into that.
Killing Floor 2, I downloaded it. I think I played it because it was the beginning of the month. I think that's when I finally hooked my PlayStation back up.
Mm-hmm.
Killing Floor 2 is intense.
Yeah, it is.
I think that'll be fun if we play that co-op for sure.
Yeah. Is it only 2-player? Or?
I think it's 4.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun game.
It's...
I don't think you can do split screen. There's not many
I'm
games
not
that do
sure, honestly.
split
Kinda
screens
go over
anyway.
there.
It's like the Call of Duty Zombies mode, except for like on steroids.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
a
a
lot
good way
more.
of
There's like
explaining
skill trees. There's a lot more abilities, that kind of stuff.
You can upgrade your weapons.
Customization of characters.
It's like a standalone Zombies game.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much, yeah.
But it's free.
Hey,
there's more than just zombies too.
It's
though.
not
There's like
$58 billion?
Well, yeah, right. There's like
crazy
dogs and like weird science creations, abominations gone wrong.
But it's fun hacking and slashing and shooting them and like cutting them down.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, PlayStation 4, Killing Floor 2, and Life is Strange. For the PlayStation 3, you have Abyss Odyssey, WRC 5 World Rally Championship, and for your PS Vita or PSP, you have Neon Chrome and Spy Chameleon. So go get all that free stuff.
Free stuff. Free 99.
Because it's free.
Why
Free
not?
is good.
You can't beat free, so download them while
Have
they're
you played
free.
any more speedrunners? I saw you playing that.
No, that was like I downloaded it, and then I played it for 20 minutes, and then I stopped. But it was free, so it didn't matter. I got 20 minutes of enjoyment, and I actually think that's a split screen game. We should screen game. We should go play that after this because it's actually a lot of fun.
Speaking of a free game, I got a free game somehow because Ben says he didn't download it.
I have the picture I can show you if you want.
What was it? What's the game called?
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Me and Ben here, we game share, and all of a sudden Dead by Daylight showed up on my Xbox. I know I didn't buy it. I checked my bank account. Ben says he didn't buy it.
Also checked my bank account.
But yeah, so thank you, Xbox, if you're listening.
Microsoft, we appreciate you.
Please give me more free games. I loved it.
Next time, maybe give us Friday the 13th so we had games to play together.
But still, I played it by myself with some random people, and I was the bad guy, and I killed them.
Did you get to choose your bad guy?
Yeah, you can choose if you're the bad guy or the good guy, and then you can also customize the bad guy you are, too.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a lot like Friday the 13th, except for in Friday the 13th, you only have Jason Voorhees, obviously.
Yeah.
Instead of multiple bad guys that you can be in the other one.
I think all the bad guys are pretty much the same. They're slow moving. I think the one thing they might have different is like the guy I had traps that I could put down, like bear traps.
It's like a hunter kind of.
Yeah, and I think the other one might have something else. But you don't get as much cool powers as like you would as if you were Jason. Like you can't like. Doesn't he can't he like
Jason? He can like teleport. He like senses people like. The screen pings when people make too much noise.
It pings if someone tries to start up a generator. It pings for me, or if they're near one. other than that, I really don't know where the people are. I mean, it was fun. It would have been a lot more fun if I was playing with my friends, or people I know where I could laugh in their face when I slaughtered them and hung them on a hook. But
I watched some of that, and I did see that. That was pretty gory.
yeah,
I was playing. It was Friday the 13th. It was probably a couple weeks ago with Matt and Tyler. And I think we got into a 4-player game or something, which is super unfair, and like Jason's gonna win by a mile. But I think Matt was Jason maybe, and he had like a long spear, kind of like a javelin, I would say, and he jammed it in the ground and then took the counselor's head and smashed it onto the spear that was on the ground and just went straight through her head. It was
nice,
brutal. It was real gross. Made my tummy hurt.
And then you just leave them, and then they slowly slide down the spear.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, he doesn't need that spear. He probably has a bunch of them in his pockets.
Right?
Yep, pocket spears.
Magic pockets.
Pocket spears. With Games with Gold, there is 3 big sales for all the platforms. Even I think Nintendo, I'm not positive on that, but I think Nintendo has sales going on right now as well. Xbox has the Ultimate Game Sale going on July 5th to July 11th. So that'll start
July 5th.
July 5th. All right, I didn't have to give you a day of the week. July 5th. The Steam Summer Sale is going on right now until July 5th. And PlayStation is also having a mid-year PSN sale. That goes till July 4th. So
Sounds like I have to get a PlayStation.
every platform is having a lot of deals right now. Xbox's is coming up. Definitely check all those out. I would have picked out deals for you, but if you were interested, you'd just go look it up.
Look it up.
So do it.
Doesn't take that much time. Do it on your phone. We all know you have one.
Yeah.
And if you don't, come talk to me. I can.
That's all your free stuff. Get your free stuff because it's free stuff.
Free is good.
Hey. So now we get into the real deep news stuff. What do you guys have for me? Anything good? Any good news?
The SNES Classic was announced this week.
No,
it wasn't the.
No, we don't have any.
No.
We don't have any news music. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. No,
We can put it back in next week. That's
Okay.
I mean, I was
I kind of miss
expecting.
it. You were
news
expecting to
music.
have a pause to be like, deep breath,
and maybe let one out.
and news.
And then breaking news.
All right. So the SNES Classic was announced
Is there an echo
this
in
past week. What?
Here? Is there an echo in here?
No, they're just
Echo.
repeating each other.
Oh. I actually thought you were asking if there was an echo, so I was like, I don't hear it, but maybe. So they announced the SNES Classic. You're looking at $80 coming out September 29th.
Ooh.
But it comes with.
It's 21 games, and what's kind of cool about this is that one of the games that's loaded on that is Star Fox 2.
Ooh.
You said ooh, like
No.
it came out, but it
No,
was
I
never
think-
a game.
Ooh, like I remember Star Fox was awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm like, ooh.
Star Fox 2 was completed. They finished developing it, and then they stopped, or they didn't end up publishing it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be the debut of Star Fox 2, and it's
No.
going to be on the SNES Mini or Classic Mini, whatever the hell it's called.
Okay, cool, very cool.
Yeah, it's
Because isn't the mini already out and it's like already sold out
the
and can't be
NES
found anywhere?
the NES Classic Mini, whatever the hell it was called. That came out.
A couple months ago.
No, it's been longer than that. But that thing disappeared, and now the only ones you find
Are
are
hundreds of dollars on eBay.
Yeah, I think that one was $60. This one's $20 more. Nintendo said that they were gonna have a lot more in stock. I don't know.
Found it yet.
Speaking of, keep going.
The NES Classic, like, it was in such high demand, and then they just straight up said, like, we're done making this. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, because they obviously had, like, a gold mine. Like, there's so many people that still want that.
So you're gonna beat remastered to death and make it $40, but you're not gonna put out a console that everyone's gonna want to play. Makes a lot of sense.
Two different
world.
companies.
Two completely different companies.
Yeah.
I know, but like, it doesn't
I got
make a
you.
lot of sense.
Yeah, so there's, like, Super Mario World, Super Punch-Out,
Nice.
Super Metroid. Everything was super back then, obviously, because it was the Super Nintendo. F-Zero.
Not
the
Super F-Zero.
original Donkey Kong Country. So they snubbed Donkey Kong Country 2, which was a better game. But also games like Chrono Trigger also didn't make it. So check out the 21 games. Get your pre-order in. Even if you don't want it, you could probably end up selling it for hundreds of dollars after it comes out.
I'm hoping they just push some of these games to the Switch as well. That's
a virtual console.
Yeah.
On Switch. They still don't have a virtual console on Switch, do they? With all the old games?
No.
Yeah. So.
I mean, they're putting some old games, but they weren't old Nintendo games onto it.
Well, I mean, what they probably are going to do, they're going to do the SNES Mini. They'll do like a weird N64 box, and then after they've gotten all the money out of that, that's when they'll put the virtual console on the Switch, so everybody can buy that. Because if you can just get all these Super Nintendo games on your Switch, why would you even bother getting this?
For the fact that you would have that console and be like, hey guys, look what I got! Look how cool this is. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons.
They are pretty sweet. If you look, the like classic Nintendo could literally fit in the palm of your hand. It was adorable.
Exactly. You know?
The cables were also like 3 feet long, I think. So you had to be like
right next to your game.
Right next to
the typical picture where you're playing your Nintendo and you're sitting right in front of that big television.
Which is funny because they made these controllers 3 feet longer, I think. 2 or 3 feet longer than the NES controllers. The SNES controllers are going to be a little bit longer. So
nice.
I thought that was cool. The original one was cool. I just hate how they produced it and how they sold it. The actual hardware is cool, though. For sure. If you're smart, you just buy something that can emulate. Like, on my computer, I can play all the Nintendo games.
But it's I think they're also aiming towards their Nintendo fans.
The people that just nostalgia.
Exactly. It's like when we had our Xbox cast, how you wanted me to bring the old Xbox here so we could hang it on the wall eventually.
This is something like my dad, the only console he had, like my first console was a Nintendo. It was an NES because it was my dad's. So if I was
Sega.
able to give him that for like Christmas and like for $60, it was like whatever. Just I don't know.
It's a good Christmas gift, you know. Good, hey, memory. Remember this? Remember that? You know,
like 2 controllers. Like, well, let's sit down and play. But no, those things by the time Christmas rolled around were probably like $400. So.
And unless you buy it right now.
No thanks.
That's like Jess's father wants an Atari load with all like the original games, and he's been like looking for it for like a year for the right price.
So that thing I have down in the living room, that NVIDIA Shield box, like you could load up Atari games and just play on the controller that comes with it, or you can sync other controllers to it. You could literally turn that box I have downstairs into a Sega, Nintendo, Atari, whatever you could imagine old game system like machine.
I might have to look into that for him then.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. I forget the one game he wants. Is there a game about like
Atari's not? I couldn't tell you.
No.
I know the name Atari. I'm
not really
too young for the Atari.
Yeah,
we're all too young for the Atari.
I'm barely old enough to know the Xbox.
Speaking of other shortages, it's still really hard to find a Nintendo Switch. They were putting out saying that they're probably not going to have them in stock, like fully stocked for still some time now.
You would assume by holiday they have to have their shit together.
I'm assuming they're actually just not pushing them out. They're kind of just stockpiling them.
I read a report that said, because somebody literally went to the owner and said, we think that you're bulk wrapping this to create a higher demand.
Oh, that's all they fucking do.
I feel like that wouldn't be that's something I wouldn't put past them. I mean,
no, not at all. It's like every single, the Wii was like that, the Wii U is like that, the Switch is like that. These little fucking old school Nintendo systems are like that, where you can't get them, and
they're just really bad at guessing.
I don't even think so, because think about, like, they've been in the news. They're already in the news about this SNES, and they will be for the next few months and the next few months after that. It's like they put out these shortages, and it makes everybody want them so bad that it's going to be in the news. People like.
Well, I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but it's that theory where if you can't get it, you're gonna want it more. You know, they're probably playing on. It's like, oh, sorry, we're out of stock. Well, I want it even more now that I can't get it, type deal. You know, and it's putting that into people's brains.
Yeah, either way, whatever they're doing, I don't like it because I just want people to be able to buy the shit they want to buy.
It's true.
But whatever.
I guess we'll see. It probably, I mean, you have to have the availability for it when any new console comes out. So when the Xbox One X comes out.
But the reason why
will you lose people? Well, the question is, will you lose people
for the
if you don't have Nintendos?
Well, Microsoft absolutely will have enough.
Oh, by then, yeah.
But Nintendo, it was like the console was so different. Like it's so much. It's not a competitor with the PlayStation or Xbox.
But they want it to be. That's the thing.
They want it to be, but like to me, if you ask 90% of Switch owners if they own a PS4 or Xbox, the answer is probably going to be yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I don't think there's any just.
I think it's a
the
secondary
Switch
console
owners.
to most console owners or computer owners.
They wanted.
Tertiary.
They what I've heard is they wanted to bring it up because they're trying to get more AAA game titles for it, bring more to the name of Nintendo
but
than
why-
just Mario.
But if you're gonna sit here and hold
Hold out on
Switches, why would a AAA
Wanna go
developer
to it.
ever want to put a game out that they're not gonna be able to sell? If you don't have the availability for them to sell as many games as possible, then why would I give you anything to
Very
put on
true.
that?
I mean, that is very true. I agree with that.
And another thing, like,
I know this is what I
Like
saw.
you're not gonna have a shortage of Xbox One X's.
Oh no.
No.
They're gonna
Unless they sell
destroy
retail.
the hell out of that to make sure that there's enough times 3 billion for anybody who wants one.
yeah. And the other thing about the Switch is that just hardware-wise, it's nowhere near a PlayStation, an original PlayStation 4 or an original Xbox One. Like, it can't run games as well as these, so it's tough for developers to try to like downscale their games enough to be able to play on the Switch. I would assume that's just a lot of extra work, and if there's not a ton of consoles, then
Well,
I mean,
and
whatever.
I think that's the other place that you run into a problem is you're getting games that aren't coming out right because they can't run the same, because Nintendo wants them to run the same whether or not you're in console mode or if you're in free play mode or whatever.
Portable mode.
Portable mode.
Portable, yeah.
So if as a developer, if you don't want to put in the time to try and make it so that they're both equal playing, then Nintendo might just not. You might not just give Nintendo your business because you want to go through that effort.
Yeah.
Putting in the
Whereas
extra
if you're gonna put something on a Xbox, it's gonna be on the Xbox and you're gonna play it on a TV or a monitor. You're not gonna have to have it moved, or you're not gonna have to have it play on battery versus power, because all of these consoles and Xboxes and PCs all have continual power to them and don't run off of a battery. So that really, I think,
hurts it.
cuts down on what you can do on a Switch.
Definitely. Well, at least how long you can play it. Like,
Well, even then, if you want, I mean, if you're going to try and run something that Xbox One X is running at 1080p, 30 FPS, can you run that on a Switch and not have your battery only last like 45 minutes? Do you think?
I doubt it.
you probably wouldn't be able to get much longer than that, but it depends on the type of game. And I feel like the average Switch user is not going to be playing a game for over 45 minutes, at least if it's portable. Because
Why?
you're gonna
Well,
because
if-
you're
so
you're
a lot
gonna
of
be
people
playing this game.
A lot
on,
of people have said that they love to play their Switch like while they're traveling. So if I'm on an airplane ride for 5 hours and my Switch is only going to work for 45 minutes,
But don't you get a plug in an airplane? I haven't been on an airplane in a while, so I don't know.
I actually don't know either.
I don't think so.
Because I know
AC
like
ports?
maybe.
So you could
you have a
I don't actually know.
on
Can
a
you-
bus.
on
you
the
have an
awesome
outlet.
ones.
You know,
So you can plug your Switch into like an outlet and some micro USB.
I
don't know that much about Switches.
It's a USB-C.
USB-C?
But yeah, if you can plug that in and plug it into your Switch, you're set. But I feel like it's meant for the average like bus, train, type of person.
See, I feel like it's almost not worth me getting the time into it if I'm only going to be on a 10-minute bus ride. Why would I play a game?
I mean, why wouldn't you play your cell phone games?
No, I don't play any cell phone games.
So
You
I
play
think
a cell
that,
phone game.
Oh, all the
But he
time.
plays cell phone games for way longer than 45 minutes.
Can I have an idea?
No.
Yeah.
So between each news story, I think the person who wants to speak next should have to
Raise their hand.
make a segue into their next news story.
So just stop continually
So
talking
speaking
about...
of fun ideas, I wanted to bring up Overwatch loot boxes because they're super fun. See, like that.
Kind of like how I was saying yours was talking about understocked NESs.
And then he
and then I ran into
understocked
understocked there.
Nintendos.
Boom. But sometimes it'll be tougher than that.
Sometimes...
Stay sharp.
like- Speaking of the battle between consoles, guess who's getting left out of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds?
PlayStation 4.
Ooh, snap, crackle, pop.
Not forever though.
No, not forever. But they're also,
For
I mean,
now.
depends. If he doesn't allow cross-plat play
It definitely won't.
to the
I doubt
PS4,
it'll go there.
then
I still don't understand how you're gonna have cross-plat between Xbox and PC when PC people can still use mouse and keyboard.
that is one of the big things that they're talking about.
That's like
Well,
that's
well,
the biggest thing for cross-platform between PC and console everywhere.
One of their
So,
things they're trying to balance it with is actually aim assist for the console. because the availability and the ease of aiming with a mouse is higher than.
Yeah,
That's the big thing. Is
definitely.
it's higher than the stick. So they're looking to try to balance it out by finding the median. I would say quickness and like how quickly you get on target with your mouse of players in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and then creating an aim assist so that the average player on console sits right at that same point.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make that work, sweet. That just gives more players, because that's one thing I'm actually kind of worried about with the game coming to Xbox. I guess I shouldn't be, because this thing's selling like hotcakes. It's retarded.
It's not even like it's still in beta and probably will never leave beta. It just sells crazily.
They've sold 4 million copies. I think that's what it was. They've made $100 million in like 4 months. However long this game's been out, it's insane. So I don't think they're gonna have a problem. Actually, the attach rate probably shouldn't be. It should be a lot. But initially, I was worried, like, well, if you don't have enough people, that's 100 people per game that they're trying to get into each lobby. So how many lobbies can you have completely full? Like, I don't want to get into a game of PlayerUnknown's Battleground where it's like
4 people.
Right, like 11 people.
Like the culling.
It's going to be real. Yeah, like the culling with a map that's 3 times the size or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only way that would be a problem is if you do strictly console. I don't know if they're going to have. I mean, they're most likely going to have one where you can play strictly against Xbox players, or you can play against cross-platform all the time. I don't know. I don't think they're just going to integrate one or the other. Well, obviously, they only integrate one, that'd be cross-plat. So the only time I can see you hopping into a game and not having enough players around would be if you're only playing against other Xbox players. Because there's no way you're going to ever run out of players. I get into a match instantly on the PC.
Well,
Instantly,
yeah.
as
I
soon
mean,
as I hit one. There's so many players.
It's like the biggest game on Steam, I feel like, all the time. Well, the last few months.
One of them.
So,
yeah, and I don't know how that's going to work. So they do. Jesus. They do.
It's a yawn.
I know, but that's like the 17th one.
I'm a tired kid.
Yeah. Okay. Back to PlayerUnknown. No, they have already done tournaments for PlayerUnknown. They've had like, they're like a 5v5 tournament. I know they had a couple of 2v2 tournaments already. And do you allow cross-plat play in tournament games?
for competitive, I would assume not, but I have no idea.
I mean, there's no ranking system. There is. I think it's like an off-site ranking system.
I just think if there's any type of like money on the line, if it's actually going like esports-ish, where there is going to be like a purse and there's going to be money distributed, I don't think it's fair for console players. Like,
yeah, but like, so I would say look at some of the best like Call of Duty players on console versus some of the best Call of Duty players on PC, which there aren't a lot of.
I think they'd still get smoked.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, I think if there was like a ceiling and you were at your highest like skill cap or whatever on both systems, the PC guy would definitely win.
It depends on. I guess it depends on their balancing as well.
Yeah. And like you said, if they come up with something with aim assist for the console players that actually seems like it's leveling that out, then maybe you can do it.
I'd say like, so if you're listening, PlayerUnknown, which you aren't because only Tyler's listening, but even if you make consoles stronger, like you're just going to make those PC players who lose to a console player play more and get better, in my opinion. If I get beat by an Xbox person, it's not going to make me quit the game. I'm going to be like, I can't believe that console dweller just beat me in my own game on a PC. Like, I need to get better. So, to balance, like, you don't have to balance everything equally, in my opinion. You can make the console play stronger a little bit so that they have an advantage. And I think it'll help you both ways. It'll make your PC players want to play better, but it'll also keep you with console players.
Yeah. I mean,
because if you can, at this point, I used to be able to say if you can buy a console, or if you can't buy a PC, you can buy a console. But it's getting to the point where consoles are getting pretty expensive, and you can probably buy a PC to run this game for the amount you're buying your Xbox One X and stuff.
If not a little bit more.
Yeah, I've seen
and it's something you could have a lot longer, replace the components instead of having to buy a new system in 2 years, 3 years.
So, I don't know. I'm excited for it.
But the Xbox One S, for example, right now is like the price of a graphics card. So,
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. I saw one. I sent an Xbox One S deal to Rochelle the other day for like $160 with a game bundled in.
Yeah, I saw
$160.
that was just on Slick Deals. Madden
It's insane.
2017 for an Xbox One S, $160.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What game
Especially
was it?
thinking Battlefield 1 was the one that came with the One S, or Minecraft, one or the other.
No, it was Battlefield 1.
Okay, so
No, I thought it was Battlefront. Is that weird?
I don't know. I mean, it's not weird. Maybe
I thought it was.
I know there's a lot of Battlefield 1 like
Consoles out.
console editions. So, yeah, that's so cheap, especially since like paid $500 at the release for Xbox One
Was it? Oh, I didn't buy it.
because it came with a Kinect.
Yeah.
So it was $500, and then
Ugh.
there was an outcry like, why do we need this Kinect if we're never going to use it? So then there was a $400 console without it.
Which is what I got.
So it's just that's
When I
another
trade
thing
in.
that's crazy about everybody going nuts about the fucking cost of the One X. It's like
It's not.
you paid for
that
that
abnormal.
however many years ago
Yeah.
for something that had like a third of the power.
But you gotta connect with it.
What you did
Does
get
the
a
Kinect work with the new one?
Has
that been
with the One
confirmed or
S?
not?
With the One S, they removed the actual spot to plug it in, but you could still buy an adapter for it. But yeah, they've abandoned Kinect in every way, which sucks. Like the only thing I ever use my Kinect for is like my webcam for like streaming, but I can't even do that with the One S. Like I have to bring up my other Xbox if I want to stream and use that camera without
Getting the adapter.
without hooking it up to a computer or something like that.
Yeah.
Were there actually any games or good games with the Kinect?
I mean, I
Just
think
Dance?
Kinect Sports was always fun, just like Wii Sports.
Wii Sports was
We used to play
blast.
some
Oh my
crazy
God.
Just Dance 4. I
I
think
see
it was.
that's not my thing at all.
I'd like slap people in the face as I was dancing. I feel kind of bad, but then I would also win. So
It was all about tennis. Wii tennis.
Wii
Wii
Tennis
Tennis
was
Wii Sports.
shit.
I used to play that Wii Sports
Wii Sports
archery
was
game.
fun.
Yeah, I remember going to Kirk's house all the time playing Wii Sports.
Playing Wii Sports.
Oh,
Nice.
yes, sir.
Except for you can cheat because you can just like
Sit there
in
and
tennis
flick
and you
your
just
wrist
flick your
real
wrist
fast.
really fast. And
Yeah, terrible cheaters.
hey, I didn't do it. I played for real. I even did some Serena Williams screams
I actually hurt my elbow. I got tennis elbow from it.
Got some tennis elbow from
from
the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you guys mentioned like all the older consoles because I saw an actual story earlier today. So there's a
Is this
British.
a segue?
I was trying to be a segue.
I like it.
So there's actually a report. There's a British warship in use today that has to undergo like extreme lockdown because it still runs Windows XP, and they're figuring out that people are figuring out that it's still using such an old operating system, and they're trying to hack it. They're trying to hack into a British warship because it still has Windows XP
That's pretty old.
from
Impressive.
like 5 years ago because it was good when they made the ship, but
Not so much anymore.
not
Well,
so much anymore.
speaking of XP, when you get enough XP in Overwatch, you get loot boxes.
Oh, we're back to the loot boxes.
You
All
didn't
right.
let me
Yeah, you
get
let
to it.
his segue get taken over by your segue.
So
I like
Jeff
it.
Kaplan, the director of Overwatch, came out and said, "Hey guys, do you enjoy your duplicates and your loot boxes?"
Yes.
What do you think the community said?
Yeah,
You know it.
because you get money when you get duplicates.
No, they said no.
Oh.
We hate it. So they are going to adjust the
Close.
rate of duplicates.
Lower it.
Yeah, they're going to lower it.
Okay.
It sounds like they're going to lower it a lot.
a ton.
They're also going to add more cash in the loot boxes for when you do get that.
Cool, yeah.
So
Awesome.
I mean,
cool.
I really enjoy my loot boxes.
I
I never
really
really
enjoy
got
all my
too many
skins.
loot boxes, so it really never affected me.
Because the only way you can get loot boxes in Overwatch is by leveling up. So if you didn't really play that much Overwatch, you probably didn't get many loot boxes.
I think I got to level 10
so. You had 10 loot boxes.
at least. Well, I think they gave you like 2 for free, so I got like 12
Well, they give you a couple.
Maybe.
They give you like one for free every time you like start. They start up a new
season or whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I originally from when Overwatch came out, and still, I'm not a big fan of how you have to pick everything for your character beforehand. Like, I'd love to go and like pick my character
Preset
in
your
game.
character.
Well, I'd like to pick my character in game and then like have a pull up menu. So when you click, say I click like Bastion, I should have a pull-up menu of all like the skins I have unlocked for him, and then I can pick one
Oh, on the fly.
on like in game
Oh.
instead of having to pick it earlier. That's something like so in League of Legends. Once everyone locks in their champion, you can pick your skin, and then you pick all your information with it as well.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, you have to pre-pick lines and all this stuff and skins. Whereas
It's kind of like they kind of like remind like the difference between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty was always that Call of Duty you could create a class, but you had to create the class
Prior.
before game or like in a lobby or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where Battlefield you can just go in and literally edit every single thing.
which I love in
When you're
Battlefield.
playing.
Yeah, Titanfall's the same way as Battlefield.
I know
don't
Call of
know-
Duty tried to fight that because they put in 25 creative class choices. So you could
I saw that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
literally
that is a
have.
lot.
I mean, when I always say this, and you guys always make fun of me,
Oh,
but
here we
back
go.
when I was playing more competitively than I'm playing now, I used
Wait, you're
all
playing
25
competitively now against us?
More-
I've-
oh. more
Not very
competitively
competitive. Let me
than
tell
I am
you.
playing now.
Oh, wait, you play competitively?
I played
okay.
semi-competitively at one point.
Right?
yes.
No, right now though.
No, not at all. I suck now.
Oh, okay.
I play on like a giant TV and I can't hit crap.
Yeah, we know.
I know. But I had all 25 classes.
Oh my god.
Like you had one page was your like submachine guns with all the different perks. One page was like assault rifles with all the different perks. One was like sniping with all the different perks. The next page was where you could have multiple primary weapons. I don't remember what it's called in this one. Overload.
Overlord.
I don't remember. Is it nice and cold still? I had that with the submachine gun and an assault rifle, and then my last 5 pages were a assault rifle and a sniper rifle. So I did use all of them to make up for the fact that if I only had 5 classes, I wouldn't have what I wanted. So
You
I
could
could switch between them.
Go through all of them.
But yeah, I guess there's no skill trees or anything for Overwatch. You're really just given what you're given. So that makes kind of sense how you just have everything set prior. But everyone has like a Winter Wonderland skin, and I'm like the only person who doesn't. I'd like to switch my skin to a Winter Wonderland skin.
I don't like the Winter Wonderland skins.
It's
Why? It's not. I don't. Why would you want a Winter Wonderland skin?
why not like
Why?
the Winter Olympic skins? Or
Yeah,
something like
I
that?
much rather have
Oh,
like a forest mossy skin.
Will you end your sentence with
Mossy
Microsoft somehow?
Why do I have to end my Microsoft?
Speaking of Microsoft, aha! Look at that segue.
Microsoft put out a. You like that?
I knew that's where he was going.
They're looking for a lead environmental artist for a Microsoft AAA next-gen title that's similar to Horizon Zero Dawn.
I remember seeing something about this.
That's pretty awesome. I think they are taking the hint that they need to have more of these big first-party exclusive single-player games. Hearing that, I still haven't gotten into Horizon Zero Dawn, but I know that's a lot of people's favorite games, and it looks gorgeous.
It does.
So, if they're just looking for a lead environmental artist right now, that game is probably
Far out.
3-4 years away.
Maybe they should just go back to Scalebound and like really put some time and
I
effort
don't know
into
if you're
that.
ever gonna get Scalebound.
I don't think we will, but why would you completely just go, oh yeah, this awesome idea we had with dragons, like let's just take Pantheon Dragon Saga and make everything good about that game, but bigger and better and better. But
and put big headphones on it.
Well,
yes,
The main character had
did
like
headphones.
Beats headphones on.
headphones.
Yeah, but I mean, Pantheon Dragon Saga was awesome. I don't know if you guys remember that. I
Nope.
do. It was a great game for the Sega Saturn. It was awesome. Only so many copies were actually released in America, and I found one when I was living in California, and that game was it cost $500 if I wanted to buy it.
So you bought it.
No, I didn't. I didn't have the money.
Probably could have like tripled your investment by now.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it was such a great game. So it reminded me a lot of Scalebound on how you could ride dragons, jump off the dragon, and it looked like it was kind of RPG-ish. We had a good story mode, but why just scrap that and go in a different direction? Why?
I don't know, Lou. But
Why?
speaking of AAA games and dragons, see, I'm doing good.
Where are we
I'm
going?
getting
Where,
segues here.
Where is the segue going?
Did you guys see that BioWare kind of confirmed a new Dragon Age?
Damn.
Ooh.
Kinda. So there was an interview going on. They were talking to the guys from BioWare, and they were asking them about all these different games that they want to see. And the simple answer from them was, it's hard to focus on anything else when you're working on a Dragon Age game.
Dragon Age confirmed.
So Dragon Age kind of confirmed.
Check.
It had been leaked, and then they had said, nah, that's not anything real. And then it had been leaked again, and they were like, nah, like, we're serious, that's not real. And now they just came out and said, we're working on Dragon Age, so we're not going to work on anything else.
Yeah, I bet you whoever was being interviewed there, that was probably a total accident.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so, but maybe not. Maybe that's how they wanted to announce that they're getting a new making a new Dragon Age game. I doubt it, though.
You think that's going to be false again?
No. I
You're
think
saying
they're.
that
I think they definitely are working on a Dragon Age
they
game.
just didn't want that it to come out like that.
They didn't want it to come out that way.
They're probably like, we're tired of all of these leaks. Every single game is getting leaked. Fuck it, let's just say it.
Yeah,
Let's just
exactly.
do it. So I'm kind of excited about that. Not that I've played any other Dragon Ages. I've watched some Dragon Ages,
Right.
actually. I watch so many games and just don't play them.
Yeah, you should play more games. Everybody should play more games.
Watch less games. And that was
Oh, your
nice.
toe.
It actually helps. I had this cool customer in. He was a older gentleman. His name was AJ. And he went to the doctors, and the doctors were saying, hey, your memory is pretty good for your age. What are you doing? And he's saying he's playing games. And he's playing, board games, computer chess. And the lady said, playing games actually helps your memory.
Brain
so
games.
Keep doing it, So keep playing them games. It helps your brain.
I play. That's the games I do actually play on my phone are brain games.
Brain games.
Fallout Shelter makes my brain do something.
Mush.
Brain game. No, it makes you multitask. It makes sure you're making all your people you're working with.
Got to make
work.
sure you're not making moms and
Sons
sons
and-
do it.
Yeah, they actually won't do it, though.
I
tried.
know. You put them in the room, they're like, it's so good to hang out with family.
I put a brother and sister in the same room, and nothing happened.
Did you want
You are
something to
from-
happen?
No, I
You are from
wasn't.
Tully, aren't you?
I wasn't sure. I accidentally did it, but they're like, "Oh, it's nice." And like,
Accidentally.
I did. I
In
was.
quotes.
They had two different last names, but they had the same parent, mother or father, one of the two.
I just use the same guy for all of the banging.
That's just not
you really?
good.
You got a stud?
Yo, okay, it's funny because his last name was Snow, like Jon Snow. So I was making all these bastards, and they were all named Snow. It was
So you
It was
usually
great.
are you just like cycling the women through?
Yeah, like the one dude just stays up in like the common room, and then I just send women up to the common room.
Do you ever
and they all
accidentally
come down
send
pregnant.
his like daughter?
Yeah,
in
and when
there?
I do that, he's like, "Oh, it's great to be with family." And then you're like, "Well, my bad,
My bad, dude.
didn't notice." But eventually, what the game did is it started giving the babies the mom's name instead of the last name Snow. I just wanted like my whole thing to just be Snows, but
Alas.
guess
It's
not.
to be.
Maybe they'll put a new like.
An incest patch into the game.
No, like that'd be messed. I was gonna say like a
Now what you meant.
name
No, I
changer,
guess so.
like
That's-
they have a barber shop,
So you can just name people whoever you want.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Kind of like an XCOM, how you can just like name everybody that you control. You can just do that with your whole vault.
Mm-hmm.
Just start naming them numbers.
Put Ben Smith, and then I'll just make him
001.
work in the bathrooms and make sure that they're clean and stuff.
Really appreciate
that.
Well,
Speaking of appreciate, I really appreciate the idea of them putting tournament mode into. Yeah, I am reaching. I am totally reaching. I really appreciate them putting tournament mode into For Honor. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm still really pumped about it. I can't wait for it to come to console. I want to see how bad I am. That's where I'm at. With that.
so what is-
Spoilers.
I was gonna say, what's
Bad.
tournament mode?
What?
What's tournament mode?
Like they're gonna have an actual like a tournament, like a ranked mode type deal.
Like
so
ranked
ranking
mode.
system.
In
That
For Honor.
makes
tournament.
way more sense. Tournament's like a one-time thing.
Yeah, or like a tournament tree mode. or
Although I'd be
whatever,
down with like
Just a bunch of tournament, like
a round robin tournament of
Yeah,
For
like
Honor.
old school.
2 losses and you're done.
Yeah,
You know what I want them to implement into that game? Where you ride on a horse and you hit people.
Jousting.
Yes.
that would be cool.
Give me, dude. What game has jousting?
The game Joust for the NES.
Does it actually? Is that a thing?
Yep.
Oh. Well,
Nice.
what new
Bingo.
game with great graphics has jousting?
Well, in
Can you joust in Skyrim? That seems like it would be the only place I could picture jousting.
no.
Probably
I'm gonna
not.
bring it up.
Oh, you could kind of joust in Battlefield, but you would just have to run at each other with
With horses and
swing
swords.
your swords.
But like, so going back to the jousting thing, I want them to do like old school tournaments like that.
That would be cool.
Where you have like the one-on-one fighting like you do right now in For Honor, jousting. They have all those different tournaments. It's from that one movie.
A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger.
Yep.
R.I.P.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd pull a full For Honor and come out and get like 1 billion players, and then all of a sudden have like 3 players.
I mean, that's already what they've done. So,
I know.
You know.
But
I don't think jousting would be its thing to bring it back. Honestly.
oh no, I'm not saying anything can bring that thing back from the
it's-
brink of death.
Unfortunately, I think it's a dying breed like unicorns.
I don't think unicorns are real.
Shh, there's people out there that don't know that.
But speaking of unicorns,
There's no way you have that as a segue.
This is even more of a stretch than mine.
we talked about IO Interactive in the past. They were the creators of Hitman. This has nothing to do with unicorns, just so everybody knows.
I was gonna say.
So we were talking about them, Square Enix trying to sell them off, trying to get somebody else to buy them up. So they bought themselves out. So they're now an independent studio, and they did end up retaining the Hitman IP. So they will be able to continue on and make Hitman Season 2.
Very nice.
And whatever other Hitman stuff they want. I think they're currently looking for a new publisher to actually publish the games, and then they're just going to be in development for the most part. But yeah, this is really good news for them, because I don't think IO knew if they were actually going to end up having Hitman, even though it was their IP originally. It's good that they have it, and I'm happy they have it. And because to celebrate their independence, the first chapter of Hitman is free.
Perfect.
Nice.
More free.
Yay, freeness.
Speaking of independence, the 4th of July is coming up. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
That was just put in there. I was trying to...
Speaking of fours.
That was a chair.
Speaking of fours.
Yep.
One of the big things I want to talk about, which I've seen a couple of times now, is people are questioning whether or not 4K is ahead of its time, and if we're ready for stuff to come out to be 4K. So I have that example sitting down there. There's a texture pack coming out that's mandatory for Forza 7 when it comes out for the Xbox One X. There's a texture pack for both the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. That's
the One S, which isn't going to utilize 4K.
Is a 100 gigabyte download texture pack. That's it. That's just that pack, and it's going to be mandatory
So you
to
mean
play the game.
I should have bought that 8 gigabyte Seagate hard drive I saw the other day?
Probably, because you're going to fill a tenth of it up. Well, you're going to fill up even more than a tenth of it with just Forza 7.
Nice.
With all these with this texture pack and everything.
I don't play Forza.
So
You should play Forza Horizon 3 because it's the best goddamn racing game I've ever.
Yeah,
I'll
but
keep
Mario
saying
Kart.
miss the option for it to be really inexpensive.
But the ultimate sale is coming up with sales up to 65% off. So look for it there.
I probably will. So I don't know. Do you think we're ready for 4K?
No.
Or
And yes.
Or that we'll even notice that much of a difference?
I think, yeah, if you haven't seen 4K and you go into Best Buy and you walk by a 4K television that is set up
For
best
4K?
the best it can be, like the ideal circumstances, the ideal everything, you can definitely tell in 4K looks it looks amazing, but does the average consumer or average person have a 4K TV in their house right now?
I mean,
Generally, no.
And that's their biggest argument was, like, the average person doesn't even really know what 4K means other than better picture. Like, you could show them a 1080p and a 4K, and the only thing they're really going to notice the difference is maybe a little bit more crispier picture.
It's a little crispier.
And
Not
so,
like
I mean, it's the same battle, like, well, I guess not same, but similar to, like, consoles versus PCs. And I mean, you can always add in cool stuff to PCs, but do you really know what, like, a motherboard even looks like in a computer?
No.
And I'm assuming most people are kind of just like you.
Yes.
So
I don't I consider myself tech savvy, and I have no idea what a motherboard looks like.
and that's the only way I know is I've built multiple computers by myself.
Motherboard.
He says Mother Borg, so he
I
definitely
thought
has
you were
no
talking
idea
about
what
the
you're
lady
talking
from
about.
Star Trek, the Borg lady, and I was like,
I don't know if he's fucking with us or not.
I hope so. I hope
This whole
so.
time we've been talking about 4K and the lady from Star Trek.
hey,
Yeah. So I guess that's the biggest argument is people even realize why they're buying this for 4K. Like if you go out and get an Xbox One S, you're like, oh yeah, automatically I have 4K, 60 FPS, everything cool,
But you
and they
need
still
the
have
TV.
a HD TV.
Well, I mean, they've also said that it is going to.
It's gonna look the best, no matter what.
Yeah. Also, I think if you put a 4K TV in front of someone for like say a month, and then you take it away and give them a 1080p TV back, no matter what they're watching, like you'll feel it then. I feel like you might not notice it as much on the way up as on the way back down.
Okay.
Not that you should ever have
Once-
to go back down to 1080 once you're
Sure.
at 4K, but I don't know.
Like the once you don't have something, you miss it kind of deal.
Yeah, like we talked about that earlier.
With
Can't have it,
Nintendos.
want it.
yeah,
Um,
the whole Nintendo NES thing.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it's gonna be the same. I wonder if this is gonna make a big divide in the console, like the Xbox versus PS4 thing. So, if you're playing on your Xbox One X and you're playing a game at, we'll say 1080p because you won't have a 4K monitor yet, at 60 FPS and it looks amazing, and then you're like, oh, I want to play The Show on my PlayStation 4. Do you go there and just look at it and see how disgusting it looks to you compared to how nice the Xbox One X goes and not play your PS4?
See, I would just make sure I'm playing my Xbox without my glasses off, and then put my glasses on when I play my PlayStation
And then they'll be
4.
the same.
Precisely. I won't know the difference.
I'm generally just in the camp of if it's a good game in 720p or it's a mediocre game in 4K, I'd rather play the 720p game that's good rather than the nice looking piece of shit. You can only shine a piece of shit so much. It's still a piece of shit. So I think it's going to depend on the software as well. And it's just going to suck if games are held back by the older consoles,
Like-
I guess.
Destiny?
Exactly. Like I would assume the One X can run at 60 frames a second, but it's not going to.
The only way
So-
you're going to get 60 FPS for Destiny is on a PC.
Yep.
Please put that out on cross-plat. Can we put that on a cross-plat? Just don't let me go into the Crucible, but I can play with all my friends on my PC while they're playing. Nope, because isn't it a PlayStation exclusive and they'll never give us cross-plat?
Yeah.
Well, PlayStation launch exclusive, I guess.
It wouldn't surprise me if.
Or do they make a deal like PlayerUnknown,
Or
where just Microsoft and PC?
can do the crossplay.
I mean,
Isn't
it looks like cross-platform in general. It looks like PlayStation just wants nothing to do with it, no matter what game it is right now. So
Well,
it's
true.
not.
Why would they? Because they are already on top. They're the grossest console sold.
They're on.
you
I
know?
mean, we talked about this last episode, but they're on top. But if you take PC and mix it together with Xbox, it's bigger than PlayStation.
True.
So I don't know.
PlayStation's
PlayStation's being shitty there.
They're not building any bridges. We'll say that.
Yeah, for sure. And they just sound like dicks. They're
Absolutely not.
I don't know. They're trying to
not
protect the
doing that.
kids. That's what they said. They're trying to protect children.
Because kids don't use
And
worse
what?
foul language than we do.
For like, if you
For-
get in a party chat with some racist kids on Xbox, none of that happens on PlayStation.
Right?
They're all angels.
Angels in the outfield.
Every PlayStation Plus player.
That's a load of horse manure. See, I'm keeping it PC for the kids if they're listening on
You're keeping it PC for
Keep
the
it
kids?
PG for the PC kids.
Well, everyone's
for the
PC
kids?
nowadays.
You keep
Parentally
PG.
controlled.
Yeah, like in South Park. Never mind. Whoosh.
A fractured butthole.
Zing. Butthole.
But
And to be clear about that, it's I don't know what you read, but the only thing I can see about the 100 gig thing was just that that's how much free space you need in general for Forza. So it's not going to be 100 gigs plus like an 80 gigabyte game or something.
I just misheard it. That's still.
I would assume. I mean, that's
Yes, it's still a
huge.
lot.
Like Halo 5 is at 100 gigs right now, but it's had so much DLC, so much free content. Gears of War is almost at 150 gigabytes. Gears of War 4, if you have all the DLC and all the updates downloaded, I think it's up near 150 right now. I think this is something that might be something that people aren't going to be ready for. Is when they buy this console, it'll probably come with a terabyte, right? Did they come out with how big the hard drive is going to be on the One X?
Terabyte.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say terabyte.
No, it is. That's
You're-
what they have.
And you're talking about these games that they're making specifically for this.
So
You're looking at 10 games.
a terabyte's 1,000 gigabytes.
Yeah. So you could fit 10 copies of Forza.
I don't know why you would need 10 copies of Forza, but
You wouldn't, but you're looking at all these new games come out that are running.
Yeah.
I mean, I downloaded Battlefront the other day, and it was still 56 gigabytes.
Yeah. So it's like
So even though that's 20 games,
we're at a day and age where consoles should be coming with like standard with bigger hard drives. Like just 4 terabytes, I think is a good starting point.
But I also think they're gonna be expecting people to not always have the game downloaded on their console.
no,
Just
you
it-
have to. Even if you have a hard copy, you still have to download stuff onto your
Well,
console.
no, I know. I'm just saying, but I think we've seen the trend avert from hard copies, and now like with you have 120 games that ready to play, and then you have 200 ready to install, type deal. I
Yeah.
don't think they expect you to have all the games ready to play.
No,
all
but
the
for
time.
as a consumer, shouldn't I be able to
I mean, that's,
whenever I
access
want,
these
be able to
games.
access the games
That's-
without.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're on. What if you're on shit internet? Like we're lucky we have decent internet. If you're somebody on, can you imagine if you lived like your parents still and you're on DSL or something? You want to download Forza 7? Would that take you 100 gigabytes?
It would probably take me a week.
Literally a week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean, it's all that balance point. If you come out with a 4 terabyte version instead of a 2 terabyte version, you're looking at a $650 console. Mm-hmm. Because you have to add in that added amount.
They're not
for...
solid state drives though, so it's not like they're super
Yeah, but either are
expensive.
Seagates.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think it would jack the price up that much. I don't know.
I think
You got me.
Well, I guess even if it goes up $100, you're talking about the price point between. I mean, $600. So if they added in 4 terabytes, and they only went up $100, you're at the price point where you might not even buy it first day.
That's true. I mean, luckily, we are able to buy external hard drives for PlayStation, for Xbox.
Well, and the other thing, so you buy an external hard drive to put your games on. Luckily, they come right back because it's connected. What if you had the availability of cloud space?
yeah, it's like the only thing because that's also going to depend on your internet connection. What good is cloud space if you're on DSL and your internet speed's terrible? Pulling that shit down from the cloud is still going to be data intensive, and if you have bad internet, it's still going to suck.
Could be atrocious.
So I think cloud, like if you could opt into cloud storage for your games, I think it'd be sweet. But it's just like, what if you have a dip in your internet for whatever reason? Like, does that affect the game because it's not downloaded right onto the actual machine? I'd assume so. And that's why, like, Microsoft does all their saves through the cloud. Like, that's all your save data goes to the cloud. But I feel like you need the games downloaded. So, I don't know.
Tough.
What just happened to the good old days when you'd get a game, you
And there
put
was
it
a
in,
cartridge, and
and
you
it would
blew in it,
save.
and then you
well, not
slam
even,
it in.
that. Though. Like you just put a CD in, like get the game in, and it would save it. You might need a memory card, or it would save it right on the
Those
game.
those little dinky memory cards for
Yeah.
the
Or
old
like the
PlayStations.
PlayStation.
Yeah, whatever.
They looked like Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, but now everything's like, oh, you got to download it on your Xbox.
So would you like it if we gave you like 15 flash drives that you had to like plug in for memory cards into the front of your?
I mean, that would just
Xbox?
look ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what memory cards and PlayStations looked like.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm just saying, why can't they figure out something
Because it's all internet based.
Because it's
like a little
technology
SD
has
card,
limits.
you know?
They're,
An SD card like the Switch. Well, I guess then everything would be this
either way, you're talking about storage that you have to replace and storage that you have to pay for.
Or storage you have to pull in and out of your Xbox.
Storage that you have to
You can't
remove
just
and-
hit the home button and be like, oh, Zach's playing Rocket League. Boop, 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 Rocket League.
Let me put
You have
in my
to-
Rocket League save file with this SD
Yeah, but
card.
I mean, just think of how many SD cards you can fit on the front of that system right there.
Because that's what I want is just 17 just sticks
pull
sticking
out,
out of the
pull
front
out
of my
the
Xbox.
tray, and there's 100 SD card slots.
I don't know. I was just thinking outside the box. The box.
You sure are.
Way outside the box. I
I-
think I'm like a mile away from the box right now. But
You've been much farther away than a mile, my friend.
I mean, today or in general?
Life.
In general.
Oh yeah.
But and then so another thing to fight that, even though Microsoft has said never shall we do this, what if you just give them the option of expandable memory into your Xboxes sometime?
Like you could
'Cause it
actually
did.
crack open the Xbox and put it.
Well, didn't the 360 have a memory add-on on the side?
Yeah, essentially you popped open the side of it, and then you just slid in
a new one.
a new hard disk drive, right?
Because I remember there was like
So
you
now it's
extend it
just
off the
you
side.
attach it with a USB in the back of it instead of pulling it out, I guess. I don't.
So what if you know what solid state drives look like in computers, right? There's little blocks that you
Yeah.
plug stuff into. So what if you just create that as if it was a disk? So you click this puppy in, and there's your 1 terabyte that came with the Xbox. But then you go and Microsoft creates a whole new product. Say they work with, I don't know. I think what's the one I get? I don't think it's Sony. I forget. Samsung. So say Microsoft works with Samsung. Probably would never happen. And says, I want a whole new line of hard drives for Microsoft. I'm going to sell 1 billion of them, and you're going to make a ton of money. And so they create a 2 terabyte version, and a 4 terabyte version, a 6 terabyte version, 8 terabyte, 10 terabyte, however many people want. And all you do is you pop out the 1 terabyte and you pop in the 2 terabyte and re-download all your information.
Sounds good.
It's not something you have to rip open your Xbox for. And it solves part of the problem. Plus, you're making a whole new, product for your line as Microsoft.
Yeah.
So if you're listening,
Think that'd be
Microsoft,
fine.
my idea. Don't steal it. Intellectual information.
Yeah, you don't have a patent on it. They're gonna swipe that under their carpet like that.
Yeah, I know. Oh well. So with that ends our news. Let's go around and where can we find y'all? And what do you think you'll be playing this week? What are you going to try and play? Lou, we're going to start with you again because that's the theme.
Well, you can find me on Xbox at Waterloo. Beam at Waterloo as well. Mixer, sorry. They changed it. My bad.
A month ago.
Yeah, I haven't mixed in a while. I'm sorry. You can find me on. You can find Megan opening the door at right about now.
Just keep going.
Yeah, it's all right.
Confused.
It's background noise.
You can find me on PlayStation at Lewis Malaya, I think it is.
Is it actually your name on PlayStation?
It's Water Lewis.
Oh, it's Water Lewis.
Lewis.
I accidentally put the is on it on that one. What I'll be playing is I'll probably be playing some more Last Guardian, and we shall see. I'm not really sure. I think I'm just gonna dabble in a little bit of everything again. I really have no big plans because I'm working a lot this week. My next day off is Sunday.
And it's July 4th weekend, so we'll probably I'll be partying.
Exactly. But I'll definitely be playing some Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter every day.
Yeah. You can find me at Verizon Wireless.
Cellular sales.
Cellular sales at Verizon Wireless in upstate New York.
Call out. Shit. Paid for that.
Right? Yeah, it won't be.
No.
Okay, well, hey.
I'll ask.
You could find me, Risky the Kid, everywhere. I think literally everywhere at this point. If you just type in Risky the Kid on whatever you want, I'll be there.
I'll be
So you can find me there. I'm going to play some more Life is Strange this week for sure. Definitely more Rocket League, as always. I'm going to finish Dishonored 2. You heard me say it here.
Doubtful.
Yeah. Maybe some Call of Duty, Battlefield, that kind of stuff.
The usual.
Nothing new's coming out, so I don't need to play anything new.
No, that's very true. You can find me at OMG Chopa on everything as well. Actually, Steam, I think it's X space Chopa space X still. See, that one was a motorcycle.
Yes, that was not me.
Yeah, and all that stuff. I'm obviously going to play some League and some PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I think tonight I'm gonna play some PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. They've been going pretty well. Games have. I got a 8 kill 7 place finish the other day.
Dang.
Good job.
That's pretty good.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah. So if you guys do have any questions for us, you want to leave a nice comment. I don't really say anything. We'll take anything. Leave a like and a comment down on our YouTube.
Leave
video.
a like and your thumbs.
Yeah, give Lou your thumbs. Just because you love the sound of our voices.
Do it.
And us.
Do it now. Do it.
Yes. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. On behalf of everyone here at Let's Talk Games, we'd like to thank you for joining us here. We had a great time, and we hope you did too. We will be back next week for a brand new episode. So until next time, we'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Adieu.